If I needed a job, I would ask for a job.
I guess so. It could be a little tougher than that. If I needed a job, I think I'm a little older now, but maybe try to get a trade job, something like that. You know, if you're a young man, especially, it's a good job idea. We're going to be down to like 500,000 electrician jobs by last year. That's the estimate, and that's just electricians. You got HVAC, you got welding, you got a bunch of shit. Go for it, boss. You know, if you're willing to take a little bit of a beating and deal with annoying coworkers that hate their family, because that's just what you did back then. You know, you can make a good amount of money and probably retire with a pension. So
I'm disabled and chronically ill and can't work.
Oh, okay. Why can't you work? I mean, I don't really know if you can or can't work. Who the fuck am I? But you look capable.
Disabled and chronically ill and can't work.
But what's your disability?
I'm disabled and...
Because I understand that there are hidden disabilities, but like, what's your disability that removes you from working? And why are you telling me? Like, why are you giving me the option or the ability to judge you? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know her. Maybe she has an invisible illness. I don't really know. Or maybe she's like full of shit and she's cheating the system. But like, why are you introducing the conversation to me to even be able to weigh in on this? Because that's what you're doing. You're saying something online. I'm going to go talk about it now. I'm going to say like, okay, let's see what you got here. And even if I'm being ignorant, I'm just like, well, you look like you could work. I mean, sorry. I don't know, get a fucking stay-at-home job. I mean, it's not that easy. I understand that, but like, what prevents you from being able to work? You know, even if your work is limited, you can't work at all.
Chronically ill and can't work.
Why?
I had somebody DM me yesterday, had a message request. Hi, I have a website. You could do that work. It's probably the same amount of work or less than making TikToks. First of all, I'm hyperfixated on TikTok.
Okay, well, if this guy offered you a job to make money, you definitely would make more money doing that. Your views are abysmal. You don't make any money on any views that are under 1,000. And that's 1,000 qualifying views. So you basically have to get 2,000 views a video just to start getting paid. And then there's pretty much a soft cap. You're not really going to make more than like, I mean, listen, bro, stop. I think I get, I want to say I get 3 to 4 million views a week. And it is not a significant income. I mean, it's money. I'll take it. It's like $1,500 to $2,000 a month. It's not bad, but like, it's once you hit a certain amount of money, it's capped. Like, they don't pay very much on TikTok as they used to. And then again, you know, once you start getting paid though, you could lose your benefits. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, one thing I just wanted to jump in on, she said she's hyper fixated on TikTok. I guarantee she's hyper fixated on like the big social media, the platforms, the TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook. So many ladies are heavily addicted to these social media things because it's a dopamine hit. And majority of women, they just want to feel good. They just want to feel good all day. This is why they go and just spend their life on these social media apps. And then another thing, the disability. What is the disability? Because women will say things that are not disabilities, for one, and then they'll say things that the doctor didn't even say is a disability. They will self-diagnose themselves with these quote-unquote disabilities.
I don't know. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you say stuff like this, it makes me think you're lying. I'm not trying to be fucking rude.
That means then you don't get to have a conversation with me.
You said you're hyper fixated on TikTok. You're addicted.
You don't get to. If you don't know what that means,
hold on.
First of all, I'm hyper fixated on TikTok.
Yeah, it means you have a problem. Put your fucking phone down.
If you don't know what that means, then you don't get to have a conversation with me.
It means you need to get off your phone.
If you don't understand how that works, you don't get to have a conversation with me.
Also, I mean, damn, these are big. Sorry, that was inappropriate. But my point I was going to make. Listen, like, you should never want to make content about something in an unproductive way. That's very vague.
No, I'm gonna sound crazy saying this, but I genuinely don't want to work. I don't want to work at all. And I think me being honest and saying the truth will free me, because I just don't want to work. I have nothing right now, I'll say, that I want to do as a career. I have nothing that really pulls me somewhere. I can promise you, all my life, I had 100 different things on my belt. I'm the oldest daughter, right? I've been working since like 13. I've been helping with bills and things like that since a young age. I've been a parentified child. I truly believe that I have just reached my I don't give a fuck era, because I genuinely don't want to work. I don't want to work. I do not want to sit in the office. Nothing about 9 to 5. If it was something I loved or a career, I could see it. I could see myself being like, okay, I don't mind doing this. But there's nothing that is pulling me to that life. I've never wanted to live that life. I just did it out of survival. And now that I live at home, I'm 25, I'm unemployed right now at that. But I will never say I want to go get a job. I didn't even realize, but even when I became unemployed, I never went to go sign up for another job. I did Spark for a little bit. I've always done driving gigs because there's something about my freedom that I just crave and that I just want, okay? So anytime I did have a job, I probably left within a few months. The last job I had was the only job I had for going on 2 years, but it's because I was forced into that because I ended up living alone at random. I did not know that was going to happen. So I've never been at a job for more than a few months. I always did like Instacart, Shipt, anything that could get me money, but I had freedom. And I think also as someone who experienced a lot of trauma growing up, I crave nothing but to live my life. What do I want my job to be? I want my job to be that I can just live my life, travel, and probably experience things. Because when you grow up and you experience so much trauma and darkness, I feel like your body craves peace, freedom, and life.
Listen, she's delusional. Her, just like so many, I don't understand. Women cannot sit down, which is why they give the same stupid answer of, I just want to travel all the time. You want to travel and do what? You don't want to travel to get culture. You just want to travel from place to place just to say that you're doing something, because y'all just can't sit down. Make your life feel like fulfilled, and then you're just gonna go to the same you're going to do the same things just in different places. You're going to go to the beach. You're going to eat. You're going to go out in the nightlife. You might hit up a museum, but you're not really going to get culture. You're going just to say that you're going somewhere, just to say that you're doing something with your life. That's it. That's it. She said she just wants that peace and that freedom. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure that because she's not an ugly girl, there has been a man who said that he would take care of her. Possibly. 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that there was a man who said that he would take care of her. But this same man who would give her that freedom and that security so that she doesn't have to go to work, she would be the main one saying, I don't want to cook for this man. I don't want to clean. He should come in. He should do everything. And I should just be me. I don't have to bring anything to the table. This is the same type of woman who would say that, who would get on the internet and say that she doesn't want to work. Ridiculous.
If you're a woman who does not want to work, the last thing you should do is become a mother. That is the very last thing you should do. But it seems like that's the very first thing y'all be thinking of doing. And to me, it's just, motherhood is a job. That is work. It's mostly unpaid, which is even shitty work. Motherhood is work. Even to become a mother, labor is literally in the process. Labor. You go into labor to become a mother. That is work. And it's funny, but not funny. You know, women always say men don't really see the value in motherhood and the things that women bring. But women don't see the value either. Because you sell yourself so cheap in the beginning by saying motherhood, like you don't want to work. You just want to be, you just want to be at home with the kids. But being a mom, that is so much work. That is hard ass work. As somebody who has opted out of it, and I would rather be in that office. It is a job. And the only time when women really see it as work is after, like, a divorce or something, and then the man is like, then it's, oh my God, you need to pay me for the work that I was doing. But in the beginning, it wasn't work. It was like, I feel like y'all think motherhood is this chill little vacation. You just get to, spend time with your babies. But that is not the case. You will be working. And the way things are going right now in society, your work is about to be even harder.
I find it so funny that you never hear men complaining about being a father, and everything that comes with being a father and a husband is unpaid labor. You never hear men saying, oh, that's unpaid labor. You never hear that. And then considering the fact that children do worse when the father isn't in the house, it proves to you that the father being in that household, that he's doing some type of work to keep the family together and to keep their children on the right path. The most of the degenerate children come from single mother households. The children do have the same success rate as if they come from a 2-parent household, or if they're just raised by the father. So that proves to you that men are doing work, but you don't hear men complaining about how it's so difficult. Oh, this is so hard. All of this unpaid labor that I have to do, because we understand the sacrifice. This is another reason why women can't be leaders. You all do not understand sacrifice. You don't understand sacrifice for the greater good. Just my 2 cents.
Confident, because I need a man that's going to provide me more money, period.
Well,
If you can't do it, then
okay.
what I'm here for wasting my time.
What?
I just feel like you either need to get a better paying job or get a second job because
It's not
as
nothing.
you see, this ain't working.
It's not nothing wrong with a job I'm working at now. It's not. I mean, what's wrong with that?
It's not. I'm not like I don't want to say this, but it's just not enough. It's not paying enough.
Well, you gotta pay
I
bills
can't
and stuff.
even go shopping.
I'm doing the best I can.
for myself.
Well, you ain't gonna have to. You don't need to go shopping. You need to be focused on these bills.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I want more.
We got bills coming. We gotta pay bills on the first of the month.
Okay, you just make enough
And
to
more
pay
bills,
the bills.
more bills,
You
on,
just make enough to pay
more
the bills,
bills
though.
on top of the bills, on top of bills, and you
Like,
sitting here
don't you
worried.
think I want to even go out to eat sometime?
You sitting here worried about
we can't
going
even
shopping.
Go on a date. We can't do nothing. Like, why don't you just get a second
Don't
job?
you think I want? Don't you think I want to go get food and all this stuff? But I gotta pay
What's
bills.
wrong with working a second job?
Wait a minute. Why don't you get a job?
My job, I have a job. I keep this house in order.
That's
I
not
manage everything.
That's not a job.
Ain't you the man, right?
That's not a job.
Ain't you a man?
That's not a job.
Ain't you a man?
Yeah,
though?
I am a man, but
Okay,
still,
then.
you
So
got
handle your business
you a
like
woman.
man.
You supposed to help. You supposed to help out too. It's 50-50,
I
ain't
do
it?
help, nigga. I do these dishes, laundry, nigga. I'm working all 24/7.
Okay, when I get off work, I'll clean.
I'm making sure these bills
I
get
clean
paid. I'm
too.
doing everything. I understand you do help me clean, but I'm just asking
No.
you. I need you to bring more money into this house.
Listen, I did not plan this. This is the same woman who just had the blue hair. Look at the robe and then look at the super glossy lips. This is the same woman who was just talking about she wants money to come easily and she doesn't work on all this other nonsense and money just comes to her. This is the same one. It's the same exact woman. This is crazy. She said that he's paying all the bills. She isn't doing anything but staying at home. They don't have any kids. She says that she keeps the house in order. He says, well, I come home and help clean too. She was like, yeah, you do help clean. So he's helping you do your job. If your job is to cook and clean and keep the house in order, whatever that means, it doesn't look in order. I'm gonna tell you that right now, just by looking at the bed and looking at that nightstand. This house is not in order. So what is she talking about? What have you been doing all day he should leave her. He should leave and go find another woman that will appreciate him and the work that he's doing. He's paying all the bills, all of them. And she's complaining because she doesn't have money to go shopping. You don't have money to go shopping. Why don't you pick up a little side gig so you can pay for the little things that you want to pay for? She didn't say so that let me do something for you or so that we can do something. It's all about her. So many women are like this. I can't go shopping. I can't go on a date night. It's all about her. I hope this brother wakes up and runs for the hills.
Now, working is a normal part of life. Work. I think most of us are used to it. Sometimes we have a little less fun than usual.
I couldn't think of a more horrible job if I wanted to.
I'm seeing this new trend on social media where girls are fed up with the fact that they have to work. They don't want to be girl bosses anymore. They are asking to rewind the clock and go back to the times that they had to stay in the home and not actually go to work, which is incredibly ironic considering that feminism runs rampant in our world and we're told that all women just want to be girl bosses and that is what is going to make us very, very happy and fulfilled. Newsflash, maybe it does not. The video that sparked this entire episode and a lot of these conversations online is this TikTok.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Oh my god.
6 million views, and the comments did not disappoint. Somebody said, for real, why did they do that? I would have been completely chill running a household, cooking, going shopping, cleaning, stress-free, like, ugh, I hate working.
I don't like my job, and I don't think I'm gonna go anymore.
Another person said, should have fought a little less hard. And then there were a lot of people who were saying, like, we wanted the opportunity to do it, but I didn't want to be forced to do it. Now, this even made its way to the men's rights subreddit, which is just always a trip and so interesting. But this person says, imagine Having someone voluntarily work 60-hour work weeks for you, providing for your every need and want, while the only expectation is that you cook, clean, and care for the children. And considering that slavery and oppression, even just reading that paragraph is just shocking to me, because how have we been conditioned to believe that being taken care of and tending for your home and playing with adorable, cute little children that you birthed, that you created, is slavery?
Feminism. That's how. You think it came from men? It didn't. It didn't. Y'all got this idea from feminism, and this is what happens when you allow women to lead. This is exactly what happens. Call me a misogynist. I don't care what you call me, but I know that I'm right. These comments are proving that I'm right. These women that go out here every single day and say that they don't want to work, they'd rather be at home, and they want to go back to the 1950s, lets me know that I'm right. Is completely ridiculous. This is why women should not be in leadership positions. You all make horrible decisions. You don't think far in advance. It's crazy. Now you have a generation, and this is probably going to keep on going. This is going to take decades before it gets back regulated to what it needs to be. You're going to have all these women just having these horrible lives and crashing out, being on all these psych meds because they're just unhappy and unfulfilled. They're not going to have any children. A lot more women are being evicted and becoming homeless. This is the most women in debt in the history of history. Y'all have so much debt and nothing to show for it. But men, we didn't know what we were talking about. Okay.
I wanted to see if I could actually quantify these sentiments that I'm seeing in the comment sections and on TikTok, of not wanting to work. However, I wanted to see what I could find, especially in terms of married women staying home, and I actually found a lot. 48% of women don't want to go back to work in the office full time. And this article says, a new study by PerceptXY, an employee listening and people analytics platform, found that compared to 6 months ago, 48% of women are less likely to want to return to their workplace in a full-time capacity. The report also highlights that over 2 million women have left the workforce entirely since the pandemic began. Quote, while it's shocking that more than 2 million women have left the workforce as a result of the pandemic, it's not that surprising that the majority of women looking for a hybrid work arrangement would prefer to spend fewer days in the office than their male counterparts. Have these journalists ever considered that maybe women find more fulfillment in those tasks, that they want to spend time with their children, that they would like to have a hybrid job so they can go home and take their kids to soccer or spend time with them or cook dinner for them because they love that? Maybe because we're good at that, because that's what we're actually designed to do. Now, working is a normal part of life. Work. I think most of us are used to it. Sometimes we
48% so half of the women, pretty much. Half of the women just don't want to go back. I believe it's more like 80%. I really do. But so many women are holding up this facade that I'm just this boss girl and I love going to work. You guys hate going to work. You hate going to work. Let's just be honest, man. Let's just, when it comes to work, women are just lazy when it comes to doing work. You're just lazy at it. Complete nonsense. And then 2 million women out of the work. Do you know how many women that is? It's 2 million. That's how many it is. They just I'm just not gonna work anymore. Which is why you see so many women begging online. You see so many women crying in their car about how they need $30 to fill up their gas tank. You see so many women mad at men because men don't want to pay for their stuff anymore. I'm telling you, it's gonna get a lot worse too.
What's your plan for survival then?
That was not the last thing.
No, but that's what I care about. Because you're like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. At that point, it's like, then what?
Exactly.
Tell me the answer.
My next step is to the company. We did sign an agreement that they will not contest an unemployment filing. So I am moving forward with that. I had to wait for my.
How long were you at that job?
10 months.
Are you going to qualify for unemployment?
If you're over 6 months, you qualify.
6 months, okay.
Mm-hmm. At least in California. So.
Okay. So your job is to be on unemployment.
And then do my pet sitting / house sitting.
We know you can probably do more, but.
Which I'm hoping to.
Listen, and I'm not going to get you in a dangerous position. Okay. I understand what you and your therapist have been talking about, most likely based on your things. Like, I do kind of get it. Sounds like you just can't have a direct and authoritative person.
Exactly.
But there are other levels of boss.
Which I do.
I
do.
Hold on, but you're just counting yourself out from the workforce, other than just independence.
I agree.
in the workforce, small business is 50% of the GDP in this country. You know, that's
Which
just the
I'm
majority
doing.
of jobs.
Which I'm doing.
Okay, you brought in $400, you said.
I
When we said
what do you mean
small, I
brought in?
didn't mean like micro level of business. Like we're talking a small business like this is a small business.
Well, this is a very successful small business.
Yes. What's your plan for survival then?
They have no plan. They absolutely have no plan. They just want to wake up and just go with the flow every single day. Majority of women, they have no plan at all. And even the ones that have a plan, the plan is so ridiculous, or they just have a dream. They have a plan with no steps to get there. That's just a dream. A goal with no like legit steps on how to get what you want. That's just a dream at that point. I have no plan. I'm just gonna wake up and I'm just gonna figure it out as we go. Or they'll say, well, God will provide. God will do it. They haven't been to church in eight years, but God will do it. All of these things that people can do for if I lost my job tomorrow, I could still figure out things to do. I go around cutting grass until I got it right, or until I found like another job. I would figure out something to do. I'm just not gonna be sitting around doing nothing and pet sitting. Who needs their pets sat that much? Who's going on vacation? Are people traveling that much that they just have no idea what they're gonna do with their Yorkie? Come on, man. Guys, that's it for today's video. If you haven't already done so, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and do me a quick favor, hit that hype button. Hype this video up. It costs you nothing. I made these videos for free for you. It costs you nothing. If you want another good video, click this one on your top left. If you want a great video, click this one on your top right. And I will see you on another one.